This poem is titleless, but it begins with a quote that President Wooten said in our meeting, which was, "When Simmons leads, the world works better." When we continue pace without self-evaluation, we get lost in theory and don't take hold of application. Thus, when we pause and look beyond our busy hands, we see the damage done, the gaps, the regrets, the insufficiency, the ugly parts of the legacy. And this revelation is an urgent call for reformation, and a call to reform is a gentle beckoning to look back at the root. And the root was that John Simmons created this institution, as President Wooten put it, as a space to empower women. To accomplish an intention, we need to remember where we come from and where we stand and where we said we were going. Remember the purpose, the why. How do we lift as we climb? She said to me in our meeting, and I was moved to wonder. How does one tear down and build at once effectively? Question and answer in the same pondering. Where do we fly from here if there is even a landing? New seasons bring up old habits. So how do we prune and plant at the same time? The greatest mistake we tend to repeat is to underestimate the glory in the rising of the sun. The rays give light to the dry lands, but isn't transparency the goal? Because without truth, there cannot be salvation. There cannot be transformation. How can you fix what you don't know was broken? She said we gotta cultivate self and community care, the carrying of each other's burdens and the laying down of our own. And when we do this, you're doing God's work, she says. And I smile. The work of the us, the collective model of growth we cultivate together. This is the kind of leadership she preaches, promotes, practices. That leadership doesn't manifest only amongst CEOs and founders and 1%, but in the details of the day that collectively define what it is for us to lead. When we lead ourselves into knowledge and transformation. When we model for younger siblings and cousins a way to be and paths to take. When we teach those around us a new way to see and envision the spaces we navigate, redirecting focus away from praising only accepted notions of leadership is a work underrated but necessary. Because leaders begin revolutions. And if leaders are in all the landscapes that we walk, then many revolutions are happening everywhere at once. And this fact is something to be invested in. To lead is to model. And aren't we all modeling for somebody? Demonstrating a way, a manner, a tactic. This poem is not just a call to celebration of the new beginning, but the formalized beckoning. Not mere accolades, but promised practices, tangible models embodying the 5 T's of philanthropy, ignited by a new seed of what it means when Simmons leads. For a different Simmons, for a renewed, reborn, reformed Simmons. And this is not the work of one, but of the collective, of the community, the accounted for and the overlooked, the ones who are here now and the ones who are coming, and even for the ones who are gone. So I pose the question of your trailblazing president here for you to reckon. How do we lift as we climb? This will be for all of you in this chapter to define. Thank you.